Many people dream of having a long, successful, and fulfilled life. For many, it's something that they are never able to bring to fruition. But today, I want to share with you the story of a man who, despite all odds, managed to live that dream life, full of success and fulfillment, as many do aspire to have. This is the story of my great-grandfather, Raul Garcia, who lived from 1923 to 2016. I'm going to break his life down into 3 chapters: his childhood and adolescence, his young adulthood, and his old age, in which he actually managed to live to 93. We'll talk about the many successes he had in each chapter, and I'll also share with you how he managed to overcome great adversity to become not only the man life required him to be, but so much more. I believe that many of you will be able to take pieces of his life as inspiration for your own, as you see what is possible with tenacity, grit, and good character. Times were rough for most Americans during the span of the Great Depression, and for the Garcias living in San Antonio, Texas, that was no exception. In 8th grade, Raul, my great-grandfather, his often drunken and abusive father, abandoned his family of 8 kids, including himself and his mother. At that point, being the oldest of the kids, he dropped out of school to work full-time to provide for his family. Then, a few years passed. Later on, when he was 18, in the gloom of the draft of World War II, Raul was called to the line of duty to serve his country, and he joined the army at the age of 18. He spent one of his tours in India, where he actually managed to learn Hindi to become a translator for the U.S. Army. After his time in the military, he moved back home to the States to start up his life again. At 24, he married the woman of his dreams, and they would actually remain married until the time of his death. This woman was Bertha Garcia, my great-grandmother. Together, they had 4 children. At the age of 25, he and my great-grandmother planted El Sendero Assemblies of God Church, which was a bilingual Pentecostal church located in central San Antonio. While serving as the head pastor, he actually didn't take a single paycheck for 50 years, but rather found a paycheck in his business ordeals, where he co-founded a processed meats company with his cousin Andy, naming it Garcia's Meats, which is actually a business that just recently went out of business. He was also involved in the lucrative Texas oil business, which made him a millionaire more than once. After pastoring the church he planted for 66 years, Raul received a Long-Time Achievement Award from President George Bush. At the time of his death, he had 14 grandchildren and 20 great-grandchildren. I truly believe that his family was the accomplishment of which he took the most pride in. All of his children and many grandchildren all took on the pastoral church and have become head and assistant pastors of their churches, with one daughter actually serving as a missionary in Costa Rica. Even though his life was full of trivial experiences, often sacrificing everything he had for the well-being of his family and country, Raul Garcia had a long and fulfilled life, with many achievements and milestones to mark his journey in his young adulthood, finishing his life here on earth with a great inheritance of children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, which I'm sure are his most beloved accomplishment. What is possible for him is just as achievable for you, and my hope is that you walk away from hearing this inspired to be more and live a more meaningful and intentional life that you will be able to look back on with pride and joy. Thank you.